Welcome to Embracing Life Again. I'm Catherine Coffer, transition expert and minister. Together, we'll break through life's toughest barriers, rediscover joy, and start dreaming again. It's time to embrace life fully with purpose, passion, and hope. Welcome to Embracing Life Again. I'm your host, Catherine Coffer, where I bring inspiration through your life's transitions. My whole goal for this show is to get you unstuck in your trauma and loss so you can experience joy and dream again. So today I have a great show. It's with Sahar Nafal. But before that, I want to make sure that you remember to stay to the last 10 minutes of the show because I will bring on Zebby and Theo, the adventures of, and you get to see them in action. And if you guys need to get a hold of me for anything, have questions or comments, I would love for you to email me at info@embracinglifeagain. So I'm so excited for Sahar. She is actually my life coach, that she works with me for my business and for my personal life for, I'm thinking we're coming up on 3 years now. So I wanted to introduce her. So Sahar Nafal calling is to guide and support conscious leaders and influencers who seek to create more impact of the world. She wants them to expand, evolve, and go deep within to achieve more balance in their lives. So she is known for her soulful leadership, and it's called Alter. It's a process where she has supported thousands of people, turning their energy and embodying the essence of who they really are. And she is community-based, and she has live events, teachings, trainings, and she holds space for healing and expansion for everyone who attends. I'm so excited to bring her on, so let me bring her on. And wait for adventures of Zebby and Theo. Okay, so I have my guest Sahar Nafal on. I'm so glad you're here. I've been looking forward to this forever. We tried to do it a little while ago and it just didn't work. So I'm just really happy you're here. So Miss Sahar, would you introduce yourself? I have already introduced you. But will you tell us who you help, and then how did you learn to help them?
Okay. Hello, everyone. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you so much for including me in this beautiful, TV show. I appreciate it so much, and you're such a beautiful soul. So thank you so much for doing the work yourself.
Thank you.
I have been on this journey of healing myself, and also as I learn, grow, and evolve, also supporting others heal themselves as well. I do believe that each and every one of us who signs up for a role, I call them light workers. We are here to create transformation for people. And we know we come here with a soul agreement that our soul agreement is to do healing work. So I knew since I was a little girl that there is something more, something deeper that I need to do than everything else that I have done throughout my life. You know, I've been in the travel industry, I've worked in travel agencies, I was a real estate agent, but there was something more, something deeper. And when I made a decision to leave an 18 years of an unhealthy, abusive relationship, that's when I knew in 2008 that it is time for me to really step it up and begin to do the healing work. And of course, I got all my certification in coaching and consulting and, healing people. Again, I was going through my own healing. And I started a small group of, call them Soulful Circles, actually they're called the Bright Side of Life
Right.
circles in my home. And that evolved and evolved and grew. And before I knew it, I was doing big events with big stages. And, I do believe that our, you know, pain and our adversities really help us become better human beings and helps us become more compassionate and or empathetic for others, especially those of us who are here to help humanity. And so that's how my journey sort of began 2008 on this path of doing personal growth.
Great. Well, we know that's so true of all of us, but I think it's, will you take that challenge to work on yourself to be able to help others, right? Is
Yes.
what you were
Yes.
is what you were talking about, which that's why I'm doing my TV show now.
You
So,
are. You're
yep.
answering your calling, Kathy. You're
I
answering your
know, I
calling.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks to you.
You're welcome.
Because we've been working together for how long now?
Maybe 2 years?
Uh, could be a little more. We could be going on our third year, I
Third
think.
year. Oh, that could be. I have to look it up.
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. And it's been a blessing.
For me too. For me too. Um, so I think today we were going to be talking about grief. You had some thoughts on it that you thought would be good, and I don't know if you want to talk about the most common challenge that you see when you speak to and when you coach other people. So I'm not sure how you wanted to, start, and then I can ask you more questions. But
Yeah. What I've learned of coaching and mentoring thousands of people in the past 20 years plus is grief is different for everyone.
mm,
And my personal experience and interpretation based on the people that I've helped that have been gone through grief. And obviously, there's grief of loss of loved ones that have passed on. There's grief of divorce, grief of even losing a job, grief of losing a child, or even parents that they've moved, their kids moved out. There's so many different griefs. There's even transitions. I have clients that are going through transition, moving into whatever it is that they need to move into. There's also grief there. Even moms who were children that have grown, a single mom. I wouldn't be honest with you. The most recent grief that I'm going through is both of my daughters now is 30 and 33. And so what I'm
mhm.
experiencing is that caregiver that's always giving them so much and they're no longer in need of me grief. And I'm going through it right now. It's like, oh my gosh, single mom raised them, made sure that they both went through college. I love them dearly. But mom, it's time for you to sort of like take care of yourself now. And that role of the caregiver, the mommy, I'm no longer single mom. They're grown. And I just found out that I'm going to be a grandma soon. So that's going to be another role that
That's
I'm going to be taking on.
exciting. You
Yes,
just
it is
found
so
that
exciting.
out because you didn't tell me a couple weeks ago.
Yes, we just found out
Oh, that's
just
awesome.
recently.
That's
And
awesome.
so I'm excited about that role. And so grief comes in different flavors and colors, I always say, right? And we also experience them in different flavors and different colors
Yeah.
based on, are you ready?
What?
Our upbringing, conditioning, the way our parents treated us,
So
the way
true.
we've been treated by society, the way we have been told a certain things to do or not to do, our teachers. And so we reflect grief based on our upbringing. And that's what I believe grief is, and I would love to go deeper into it.
Oh, sure. But our girls are near the same age, and
Yes.
one of them is willing to let me go and do what I need to be doing, and the other one just keeps. But I like being codependent. I like you being mom. I like you being there for me. And I am. I'm always there for both my girls, but it is a different season and it's yeah, it's time for me to do what God has me doing, right?
Yes.
And taking care of myself and stepping out into what he needs me to do.
That's right.
Hmm.
Absolutely. And I love that about you and your vision, and me witnessing your transformation has been just remarkable. And again, you've been through many, many griefs, right? And I'm sure you
Yes.
share about it. And I would love to hear what grief you're going through right now, and just, you know,
Well, I'm getting ready to date again.
okay,
So it won't be until January or so. So I'm working on myself, of my self-worth, and loving myself and being the best version of myself. So I attract the right man this time instead of attracting the same man that I've attracted all these years.
yes.
So
So,
my divorce taught me a lot about myself and how they were totally different in some aspects, but other aspects, they're exactly the same. And those are the aspects I didn't want, I don't want this time. So the letting go of the past is one of the things that I have found um, that I'm dealing with, right? And I believe I'm letting it go, but then you bring it back, right? And then you let it go, and then you bring it back. And then the other thing is I have forgiven everything, and I've released. So I've released them, and I have forgiven them of whatever. Um, I'm not going to say that all the bad things, because some of the bad things turn out to be good things, right? At the time, you think they're bad things, but then you know how God brings things good out of the bad things, right? So when you really take it and analyze it, you learn things that you need to know to keep going forward. So that's where I'm at right now.
I love that. You
Yeah.
know what? I'm guided to share with you that you're releasing the grief that you're releasing is the past Kathy. You're releasing the programming of the past Kathy that only knew how to call in what is familiar to her, right?
Correct.
Which
So
is
correct.
the narcissist and those who are in not in alignment with you, but they're familiar based on your upbringing. Okay, we're not going to go deeper into that, but still,
Yeah, it's
based on your
total.
upbringing and who, so we are familiar with this, this individual. And so we feel safe, believe it or not. And so we call them in, right? And then what we need to do is to rewire our limiting beliefs of we only could attract those, and begin to look at a new lens of glasses. I always say that when couples come together, you're wearing a blue pair and he's wearing a yellow pair. And his family always wore the yellow pair, and your family only wore the blue pair. And so you're growing up, and then all of a sudden you meet each other. You said, hold on a second, that's not right. I don't like the color yellow. And he's saying, I don't like the color blue. In the beginning, it was the hormone colors, right? It was the honeymoon color. And then
Yeah.
you come together, and all of a sudden, unless you work together to take off those lenses and put the same color on so you could both be in alignment, you're going to continue to call in the wrong. And sometimes it could be like his yellow was the same as your dad's yellow, right?
Oh.
And so it's familiar to you. So
Mhm.
it just comes in different ways. But what I'm called and guided to support you, and those of you who are going through either relationship grief or any grief, just know that in order for you to move into whether to call in the right partner or not, based on what we're saying, is just be very mindful in the way in which you are seeing things now. And if you liked a person who is familiar and it felt safe, just know that's a red flag right there. And work on releasing the old limiting belief, which is who is part of you. We are our humanity. We are not our bodies. We are not our emotions. We are not our minds. We are that which is the soul. And our soul is what needs to call in another person, and not our physical, because our minds and thoughts create, our emotions, and our emotions, that's our personality.
Mhm.
So we need to make sure that our personality, which is made out of our thoughts and emotion, is not controlling our personality, our reality. So our personalities, which is made out of our thoughts and emotions, is really operating our personality, which is the personality of our upbringing, conditioning, all that stuff. So there's a lot of deep conversations we can have about that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So true. Yeah, my first husband, who died, he was my dad, and we did. We had our ups and downs, but we worked on it, and he was willing to grow with me and help and do those things. So that's why we made it 29 years in marriage. Whereas my last one, he'd say he wasn't like my dad. But he would say things, but he wouldn't act. And I'm used to your actions, you speak, and you do it. Whatever it is that you are talking about, you go ahead and you do what you're going to say. I'm a word of action. I'm a person of action, I should say. And I was not used to just a talker. And he ended up just being a talker. And we would, gosh, I don't know if like 6 months after you're married, we went through 4 therapists, right? And he would try for a week and then he'd go right back into the way he used to be. But as long as I mommied him and, helped him grow, then he was on that. But then I knew that was codependent and I wasn't going to do that anymore. So he went backwards. He went to the guy I never really liked. He went back to that, and I'm like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
yeah.
And
And
then
I
you
love
and then you helped me with that.
yes, yes. And you have an awareness, which I love. You became aware of how much caregiver you were, right? And so we train our partners. I'm currently single, but we train our partners and how we want them to treat us.
So true.
This is where the grieving of releasing, letting go. By the way, today is 12/12,
Oh,
2024. And
hey,
yeah,
that's
and there's
cool.
this portal opening where
Ah,
we're ready to release. And I would love to share how, regardless whether you are watching this today or tomorrow, or the day after, but there's a wonderful exercise I'd love, since we are at 12/12, to share with your community and your audience, and how they could, it's like a ritual, and how they could, release the old and welcome the new. So I'd love for everyone to get a piece of paper and pen
oh
if
yeah.
they can.
You've had me do this several times.
Yes, I have. And this is more of an awareness. And, God is big and there's infinite fields of possibilities and potential. That's where God resides, because we get everything and anything we ever want when we're, vibing at a higher frequency that matches with that infinite field of possibilities. So I want to start with there.
Okay.
And also know that you were born with the key. God has given you a key, and that key is to open that door of your infinite fields of possibilities where anything resides. And so I want to just share with you some of the techniques and how we can, we all have the key and we know where it exists, but a lot of us lose track of where the key is. So I'm just going to share an exercise to get back into the awareness that you can use this key.
Okay.
All right, perfect. So piece of paper and pen,
Okay.
and we put a line in the middle to create 2 columns. The first column, we're going to write on the top, ready to release
Okay.
and let go. And the right column, welcoming in, ready to welcome in, or
Okay.
call in, or attract, whatever word you want. And then we begin to make a list. And we could do this together as an example if you like, Kathy, and we could take turns in doing maybe 1 or 2.
Okay.
That way they could get, how about that?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you first, and then you'll ask me, and that would be good exercise for people to get an example of how it is. So,
Okay.
Kathy, what are you ready to release?
The familiar.
Familiar. I love that. Okay, excellent. I'm really ready to release some limiting beliefs.
That's on my list too.
Yes, limiting beliefs around that my girls will always need me.
Oh,
Yeah,
but they always do. I mean,
they will, but I have to release and let go.
you're still mommy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll always love them dearly. Yeah, just release that they will always need me. But I want to be needing me now more than ever. So that's the limiting belief.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you?
My next one.
Yes.
So it has to do with limiting beliefs, but it also has to it's any negative words that I say about me or say about a situation. I'm really trying to watch my words because words bring life or they bring death. And I'm so I haven't been in the past really, really careful with how I say things. I'll just spit it out
Yes.
and not watch how I say it, right? I'm a
Yes.
positive person, but some things you're just like, what the hell did what did you just say?
Programming.
And I do that.
Yes.
And then, so I'm really working on my communication and my words.
I love that.
That's what I want to bring into
I
the
love
new
that.
year.
Paying attention, even our thoughts, right?
Yes.
Our thoughts that create our emotions, that creates our words. And words, as you said, they're very powerful
Yes.
and they have a frequency, right? Frequency. I want to add to this. I do a lot of reading. When we say something, we are physically 80 or 70% water, right?
Mhm.
And water carries a lot of, it mimics the energy. So if we're saying negative things into our body, then it's going to be a negative feeling of our physical body. People don't understand. It's not just the word, it's literally affecting you physically.
Mhm.
So that's a great observation that you made. And our thoughts are the same. Imprint. It makes an imprint.
Well, also
I
your thoughts make your emotion, was what you talked about. And if you're thinking negative things, your emotion is not going to be uplifting at all. It's going to be very low.
Yes.
Right. Your
Yes.
energy is going to be really
Yes.
low because you're just doing nothing but push yourself down.
That's right. And the
Yeah.
frequency of our energy.
Correct.
20 number. So they have measured the frequency. The lowest frequency is fear, which is only 20, the number. And then the highest is enlightenment and awareness and being with God. And that's 1,000. So we have
Wow.
to always treat at least 500 energetically. And 500 is love. And then move up from there. It's really a cool, it's
Yep.
really cool,
Yep.
way of thinking about it.
So
So
our
one of
goal is love and above.
Yes, love and above. I love that. Love and above.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that I'm trying to release, which is my second thing, is being more conscious and aware of my frequency. So if I am not in a good space, I'm releasing me staying in it for a long time and finding a way to get out of it. Meaning, and what I want to invite people to do is to create the things that bring most joy to your heart.
Right.
Yeah, I love nature, photography. I really enjoy being in nature and hugging trees and walking barefoot on the grass. I'm a little hippie, and I love all this stuff because that's what connects me to nature. Hiking,
Mm-hmm.
cooking, going to farmers market. So when you find yourself at that lower frequency, become aware of it, and then say, okay, how can I up level so I'm able to be at a frequency where whatever it is that I need will come to me. So yeah, I'm really releasing what I just shared is how can I become more aware or my releasing the unawareness of when I'm in a low frequency and vibration, do whatever circumstances that I'm in.
Mm.
And let's do one more for you, one more for me, and then go into the what we want to call in.
Hmm. I've already told you what I wanted to call in when I said that.
Yes, we can
um,
repeat it.
let me see. What's the next one? I think one of the most important things for me, being a Christian, is I want to, I want to say, it's going to sound weird, but I just want myself less, meaning to be selfless. Um, because I think I am selfless, but I'm like, but I'm not always putting what God wants first. I'm often doing what Kathy wants to do, right? And so that's something I would like to release too, is just being aware of when I'm doing my will versus God's will. It's so easy to do our will because that's what our flesh wants to do. That's what our soul wants to do, right? And you got to go higher than that and go, okay, God, lead, guide, and direct me today. And I lay myself down and do what you need me to be doing. So that's what I want to call in, is that every day I'm praying that not my will but your will.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that.
So I
Um,
can call in, by doing that, I can call in things that he wants for me instead of things I'm creating for me. If that makes sense.
yes, 100%. I love that. I love that. And I'm just going to share one more thing of me and then give you the exercise for those of you who are ready to work on the other one. But I want to be more consistent, releasing the limiting belief of I don't have time to meditate more, pray more, be consistent more. Oh, I have an appointment, I have a meeting. I
Mm-hmm.
want to release the idea of allowing things to get in the way of me connecting deeper to God. And to, for those of you, we call it God, it could be something else, but connecting deeper and going inwards more. The limiting belief that I don't have time, to
Mm-hmm.
me connecting to God. So I love that because that's something.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we don't really need to share what we want to call in. Maybe we'll just do one, but I would love those of you who are listening is to look at what you're releasing and do the opposite. And so invite the opposite in, you know. And I know for you, Kathy, you want to call in a wonderful aligned partner who's aligned with your values. Now that you have all the three things that you're releasing and letting go, what I want to invite you to do is to look at your list and reverse all the things that you no longer need and call in and invite what you want. And so that's the exercise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
But do they do anything with it? Do they do anything with the paper or no?
They will, what happened is after they are done with that, and I want to invite them to take some time and complete it as we're speaking, because I know we have a little bit more time. Is they're going to take it and they're going to fold it three times towards them. And don't ask me why, it's just the way it's supposed to be done. They fold it three times towards them, take
Mm-hmm.
the piece of paper and get a can or a glass jar, go outside, light it on fire, or
What I
throw it in
thought.
the fireplace. Yep.
Got it.
And
I
release
thought
it.
I thought you burnt it and released it.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're releasing it and letting go. Yeah. And calling it in.
Gotcha. Well, that's a good one. So
Yeah.
besides doing that, what can they do after that? What are three things that you can think of that they can do immediately to feel some type of moving forward?
Yes. So the list, okay, so we cannot just say and pray for something to happen. There has to be an action that people need to take. And the action is the physical thing that you need to do. For example, if one of the things that you want to call in a partner,
Mhm.
you will find someone to support you and help you, and I'm here to help with that as well. Or if you want to have release some limiting beliefs, again, reach out to someone for guidance and support, or go on YouTube and start listening to audios or videos of how to release your limiting beliefs. So you're taking an action.
Mhm.
For example, if you want to forgive your mom, your sister, or your daughters, pick up that phone and make it a commitment to call and have something I call a straight talk. I really love to heart conversation. So you could write them down, but it is important to take action and make small steps towards moving and releasing.
Okay, you froze there for a minute, but
Okay.
we heard what you said. Um, so, okay. So, how can the audience get in touch with you? What is the best way if they wanted more information about you, or they wanted to join your community or find more information? What is the best way they can find you?
Well, thank you so much for being considerate to share my information. I am working with my team diligently to put my website up, and it should be available the next few months. Meanwhile, the best way to get a hold of me is just simply go to my social media, which is saharnafal.com. I am on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook. You could message me. In addition, you can also email me at saharnafal1@gmail.com. So those are the simple ways in which you can reach me. So either an email or my social media, and send me messages through Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and things like that. So that's how you can
Okay.
reach me. And I'm happy, by the way, to offer anyone a 20-minute gifted consultation for those of you who really want to be more aligned with your life, where you're at, where you're going, whether it's business related or personal related. And I'm happy to gift maybe the first 10 people that say yes to this opportunity
Yeah.
to that. So you could email me, and I'm happy to have my team schedule the session with you.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Any final words, thoughts of
Yes.
wisdom you can share with our audience?
One of my favorite quote by Hafiz: "The place where you are at right now, God circled on a map for you." Regardless where you're going and where you're heading and the transition, what your losses are, just remember the place where you are at, God circled on a map for you at this time, in this divine timing. And when you become aware that whatever it is you're going through right now, whatever transition
Mhm.
that you're going through, it is a place to help you evolve, grow, and become deeper connected to God, to the universe, again, whatever you want to call it, in order for you to elevate your frequency so you could move into the essence of who you truly are.
I like that. And I know you help me do that all the time.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you so much for being on. It's been a pleasure. And I actually will be talking to you next week.
All right. Blessings
All right.
all. Thank you so much.
Coming up next, Adventures with Theo and Zebby, right here on Embracing Life Again with Catherine Koffer.
So I am with Zebby right now. He's actually right here, just kind of plugging along. He doesn't feel that great, but we need to get him out sooner than later. And this is his buddy Macho. So we're bringing Macho out with him, so if he does come up to a dog, we can see how he reacts, and then he'll probably look to Macho to see, oh, it's okay. But anyway, you'll see us walk down the street, and we're probably going to be going to the vet clinic, which is right down the street, and see if there's any dogs there for him, to see how he reacts. Zeb's
not feeling too well today.
So the reason I am carrying this now is because if a dog does come at me, I will forewarn the owner that I will smack the dog. So it's not to hit Zebby or anything, it's just to keep the dog out of our range. Just if you're wondering why I have the little crop. So this is the trail that Zebby was on when he got attacked, and there are 2 dogs coming up. So we're gonna see how he does. So Phyllis, why don't you go with me? And there's a horsey too.
They are adorable.
Hello.
Aren't they?
Oh, it's just a little one of you.
Now, are they minis or ponies?
Yeah. They're mini.
They are minis.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Can I see how he is? Huh? He got attacked by a dog that was off leash over here last Thursday, and I just want to make sure he's okay because he was really timid.
Do you need us to do something?
No, I just wanted to see if he'll come up to you.
Yeah, that's right. And this one's friendly.
I think this one is too, although he sometimes barks at other dogs.
Hi, sweetheart. A little Frenchie. Are you okay with him?
Oh, yeah, probably want to play.
You're doing so good.
I'm sure he'd like to play with the horses.
You can come around.
He likes to play with the cows, but he gets
Oh, you're doing so good, Zeb.
Yes.
Good boy.
Good job, Zebby.
Yeah, he's a therapy horse. You
Yeah,
do
I've
have
been
to
over
go
there
stuff-
to volunteer.
Right, with dogs, right? Oh yeah, it is
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I haven't been called yet, but I would, I was out just hop over. Yeah, hop over.
We got 3 puppy interactions.
Hi,
Here.
baby.
You're doing so
Good. You're doing good, Zeb.
The dog just jumped. Oh,
A dog was circling us and just hit his hind end, and he's still yucky from it. Yeah.
Zach, you said?
Good job, Zebby.
Zebby.
Zebby, doing wonderful.
I know. We're here to bring smiles and hope. That I can't tell you what he'll do because he had to fight off the dog.
Yeah, probably should
So
have
when
seen
this is Macho,
And he's a little nippy, so.
no, Macho is Phyllis's, and he also belongs to the car.
Okay. Naughty but nice.
You're being a good boy.
No reaction whatsoever. That's wonderful, Zeb. She
Say
did
hi to Rocco again to make sure.
Yeah, say hi, Zeb.
Boy, it got nice and warm today.
You did good. And so he was so skittish coming home seeing any dogs that I'm like, oh no. He can't be afraid of dogs because he works with dogs, right? So
He's doing
that's
real
good. You're doing really good, babe.
Good job, Zebby.
You're doing so good.
Good job. He's like, yeah, this dog doesn't scare me.
It was a Siberian Husky mix, and he had bi eyes, right? But they just didn't look right. You know how you know a dog just doesn't look right that day, and he didn't look right, and he wasn't right. Oh, hi, honey. So I brought this just to fend them off.
Yeah, so smart.
Fend anybody off. Yeah. 'Cause, I mean,
You're
this
doing
is
so good.
what he does, and he can't be like
Right.
trauma.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is good because he's.
That's really good.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
you're
not
so
reacting at
good.
all. That is
See,
perfect,
there are
Zeb.
nice puppies out there.
Good job,
There are
Zebby.
nice puppies. Not all of them are gonna bite you.
Good job, Zeb. Oh, good job, Zebby.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you.
interacting.
Are you coming back? Okay. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Good job, Zebby. And Macho, too. That was wonderful.
You've taken the first step to embracing life again. Let's continue to break barriers, find joy, and dream without limits. Join us next time and let's discover inspiration through every transition together.